Hello, I'm Scott. Welcome to my photography channel and welcome to another 4 Styles edit. So the image that I've got for you today is this wonderful silver birch tree that's standing alone across the landscape at Stanton, Moor. I quite like the picture because of the leading line through the heather meeting at the base of the tree and the cloudscape in the background providing a lot of nice soft light that just gave that heather kind of like a nice touch to it. The image itself is a HDR image, so multiple images comprised into a single one, and that should give me a lot of dynamic range when I'm editing this. I've already done a couple of edits, and if you look at my website and my Twitter feed, you'll see that this image is my current print of the month, but in a slightly different style. So I'm hoping that we can get quite a lot out of it, and I'm hoping you enjoy watching along too. So let's begin. So a quick rerun, if you've never seen the channel before, it's quite a simple thing that we do. Is take the same image and edit it in 4 different styles. I mean, I say 4 different styles, but I just like to go through and see what I can get out of an image. Usually I go lower the temperature, increase the temperature, do something fun, and a black and white. So we're starting off by lowering that temperature, and I'm going to bring the exposure down on this, just to get those clouds getting a nice deep blue colour. And then we're going to come and bring those shadows back in. Gone a little bit too much on that exposure. Contrast wise, I want to keep quite a high contrast with this because I do love the colour of those clouds. And once again, for any newcomers, the whole purpose of this is not to try and find the best image that we can get out of it. It's just to basically have a bit of play, have a little bit of fun, and kind of show some things that you can do in Lightroom. Almost like little tutorials each time. So I'm going to go in with quite a heavy curve. That's going to bring up our shadows. Put a control point in the wrong place. We'll be using that in a second. Don't want to lose those shadows, but at the same time, I don't want them to be too dark. There we go. So that blue, I'm going to lighten that up a little bit. Let's go a little bit dark with it. And saturation wise, we're just going to take a little bit of that saturation out. Color grading on this one. No, I think we'll leave that where it is. We'll leave sharpening. Do I want to have anything? Let's save it for the front edit and see where this one goes. So let's have that as image number 1. Quite straightforward, simple edit. Nothing too fancy. But there's the before, and there's the after. So image number 3. I'm already liking the golden colours that come out of this. Exposure wise, I'm going to come back down on that. Maybe not as heavy as last time. I do love the golden tones of those clouds. And then let's just play around with those highlights and shadows a little bit. Let's bring those shadows right up. But let's get a bit more. What's the contrast like? Yeah, let's go a little bit up on the contrast. Whites, just a touch. Clarity, I'm going to take that down. We're going to have like a nice hazy dreamlike look to this. And saturation, just a touch. Now, if I do put anything in, just going to put the lightest curve in. And then because that orange is really affecting the tree quite a lot, I'm going to bring down the saturation of it just a touch. But we're just going to lighten it up a little bit. Greens isn't too much, yellows there's a fair bit. But actually I might increase those yellows, so I'll increase the light of those yellows to give that more light in this area. Curve wise, colour grading wise. Once again, we'll leave that where it is. And leave sharpening. I'm quite happy with that. So once again, there's the before, there's the after. Now, if you are enjoying this channel and you do enjoy what I'm doing here, please remember to like and subscribe. It does mean a lot. Back to the edits. So our third picture. What to really do? I did like going towards the orange, but actually I think, no, we'll leave the temperature where it is. And we'll get that exposure more central. Now before I play with the contrast too much, what I'm going to do, basically, the highlights, we're going to bring those down, take the shadows up. So we're going to try and get our maximum range out of this picture. Now I'm going to play the whites until I find what's appealing. Same with the shadows. That's looking good. Now I'm going to go back to that contrast and play around with that a little bit. Okay. Now let's have those shadows come down just a little bit more, because I like having some shadows where the light's just kissing the top of the heather there. And then I'm going to be a bit cheeky. And this may work, it may not work. We're going to take a brush, let me choose my A brush, it's a bit smaller. So bring that flow right down. We're just going to light up the heather. Just around here a little bit. It's not much. Just a very soft amount, but it just brightens up this line a little bit. For me it does anyway. Let me know in the comments if it doesn't for you. Wrong key. Clarity, let's increase that a touch. Dehaze. Likewise, I don't think we've not got that much haze. Saturation, just going up a little bit. Curve when I'm not dragging it violently. Just a nice soft one, just to add that little bit more contrast to that image. There we go. Now, I am going to put in some of the classic colours on the colour grading. So I just love those gold. Yeah, a bit more. I love the golden tint we get to the clouds with those highlights. So I've just put that back in there. Let's have a look. Before and after. What do you think? And our final image of the edit. Black and white. So straight in with that black and white. Exposure, I think I'm happy, but I'm actually going to bring that down. I say I'm happy. I mean, it's a good exposure looking at the histogram, and then I'm going to completely spoil it. Because for me, it is all about this tree. So even though the histogram looks good, I want this tree to kind of stand out. I'm going to put a gradient over it, see how it looks. I don't expect too much because I think it's going to be quite... Nope, other way. I think it's going to be quite obvious that we've got a gradient there. Maybe a touch. Contrast wise, we can reduce the contrast as well. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Let's bring those shadows up just a touch. And over all the blacks. And that's mostly just so we've got that leading line. And then I wanted to see what this looks like with an aggressive curve. because that usually, I quite like those dampened colours in a black and white image. That's just me. It's not to everyone's tastes. But I mean, if you look at the before, look at the after, I like that. But once again, not to everyone's tastes. I'm going to leave colour grading on this one. And I think there we go. So the before and the after. So thanks for watching. I'll put the images on the screen now so you can pick a favourite. Let me know in the comments what you think is good, what you think is bad. And as usual, if you do like this channel, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me, and it shows me that the videos have enjoyed being watching. Thanks all, and until next time, see you later.